Hi guys, welcome to our live stream today, November 30, 2020. So this is the English version, because I also have a live stream in Filipino. It's at daily, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. So for this one, it's in English. So since the weekly time frame just ended, we will use the weekly time frame and then we will go to the daily time frame. So I will use a Renko chart in my analysis. If I will use a shorter time frame, I will use candlestick because I'm just using the basic subscription of a trading view, and it has limitations which I cannot choose at the lower time frames using the Renko charts. So that's why I will be using candlestick on that. Also, if ever I'll use an indicator, I will use the divergence indicator. So which is just this. So I think that's it. But normally when I trade using the price action. I can use I can just use basically the candles or the price action, and of course the basic support resistance, and of course trend lines. So I think that's it. But before we start, I will just show you the year-to-date return and November return of, and even the October return of some investment assets I'm looking at. So you can compare it versus the other assets. So as you can see, this is the top six. Actually, it's just I exclude USDT because it's a stable coin. So of course, the returns will just be not that much since it's a stable coin. So anyway, as you can see, cryptocurrencies has have a triple digit growth except for for LTC, which is 91.68% as of November 29. But the biggest gainers is year to date is Link with 655.37%, followed by Ethereum 344.22%, and then XRP 214.29. And then after XRP is Litecoin, which is 91.68% year to date gain. So and then after cryptocurrencies, it is followed by Nasdaq 40% up year to date. So here, and then I think after that is natural gas and gold and silver. So I think that's it. And the biggest loser is US oil. It's actually down 25.77% year to date. And for those who are trading Philippine Stock Exchange Index, I also included it here because I'm also trading this one. And I think a portion of my portfolio. And the capital that I use there is from the gains that the realized gains from my cryptocurrency trades. Anyway, the PSEI is down 13.10%. It's actually one of on the indices, it's the biggest loser actually, the PSEI. So I think that's it. I just want to show you this so that you can also look at or compare it to other investment assets that you are currently trading. So normally most of my trades are actually cryptocurrencies followed by commodities, and then Nasdaq. That's actually my favorite in US indices, and PSEI. So now let's move on to BTC chart. I will use the weekly time frame and then the daily time frame. So for this, I will use the Renko chart. So if you look at it using the weekly time frame of Renko chart, you can see that it's actually more bullish. Look at this. This is actually forming a possible bullish weekly uh, Renko. This one. This is actually a projected bullish up bars. So that's it. So this one, the previous high using the weekly time frame is 18409.56. So 18409.56 plus 151534.13. So possibly if this continues this trend, possibly the next resistance, or it will retest the previous or close to all-time high of around 20,000 area. Because the Renko chart is actually, it has a fixed amount. So for this one, of course, the all-time high here is 19,220 using the Renko chart. I'm using the bit stamp. So let me just add it here, which is my next target, or the resistance I'm looking at is, what's that? 19,943, or close to, let's just make it 20,000 or 19,943. Actually, I also have a long position with a TP at $20,000. And another one, if this continues, if the trend continues, another 1534.13. So that's 21,477 area. Let's just put it there, 21,477. I'll just drop the 41,477. So that's the resistance I'm looking at. So the immediate, of course, is the all-time high or close to all-time high, which is the 20,000, and then next is 21,400, or rounded off 21,500 area using this weekly time frame. So anyway, let me just show you or what I'm expecting for this. Actually, my long-term view. I think if you are watching my previous videos, basically that's just it. Just is the same long-term view. So using the Elliott wave, or even just, actually we can just even just use this on simplicity. Normally I just trade simply. So there, and possibly here. We'll just compare that later. So this is my target after it breakout. So that's basically close to 30,000 or 29,000, or close to 30,000 if rounded off. So anyway, Elliott wave, wave 1 is, this is the start. Wave 2 is the retrenchment. It should not exceed the start of a wave 1. And then wave 3 normally is, of course, 1.618 of wave, this one, of this wave. So that is actually almost the same with our targets here, the 29,000. See here, that's actually the 1.618, and then it will retrench or correct, but should not exceed the previous high, which is the 20,000 area, which is around this area. And then the wave 5 on conservative note, I can also use this 1.618 of this. So on conservative notes, I'm looking at, but I think that is very short in my opinion. So actually I can use rather than using the 1.618, I'd rather use the 2.618, which is the 43,000 or close to 50,000 area. So I think that's it. That's my long-term view on BTC. So anyway, let's just check on the divergence indicator. So using this divergence indicator, this is also I have not used it yet. I mean, this a possible scenario wherein I'm using the divergence indicator as a possible target. But look at this, it's also almost the same with our targets. So if this continues, it could possibly retest the RSI of close to this, which is set 75 on a weekly time frame, and that's also a target of close to 30,000, 29,826 actually. So I think that's it. At any angle I'm looking at it, I think I'm still long-term bullish on BTC. But of course, on the short term, it depends on the time frame that you're actually using. Because currently, most of my trades right now is swing and position trades. I seldom scalp at the moment since I'm also, yeah, I'm quite busy. I'm quite busy. Busy at some work. So yeah, because aside from the I'm trading, I'm also working. And yeah, and of course this also includes this live stream. So I think that's it. Now let's move on to a daily time frame. So let me just delete that. So basically, I'm just trading very simply. Yeah, in my opinion, because I know I seldom use indicators. Because the best indicator, in my opinion, is the trader himself. Wow, trader himself. Anyway, let's just check on this. It's 18,884. 18,884. 18,884 plus, I think it's the size of each Renko bar is 993. 993. So that's a possible, same with our weekly targets of around 19,900 area. So it could possibly retest that area, and if it breaks that area, possibly the 21,400. Or actually, we can just add 993 since it's a daily. So that's 20,870. And then plus 993, so that's 21,863. That's actually almost the same with the weekly targets. Anyway, look at this blue dotted line, which is 18,884. Oh, we're already trading at 19,104. So this stream will just be very quick. I think more or less at 10 o'clock I will end this one because I'm also trading. Anyway, the support I'm looking at is this 18,884, the blue dotted line here. So if ever it break that 18,884, of course, the next Renko bar, which is the low of this, is 17,890 if ever it breaks at this area. So now let's push it to 20,000 area. So anyway, I already posted my TP area at 20,000, but I just also want to watch it. So I think that's it. And then what's next? I've just started, but yeah. Yet I think this is just a very quick wrap up. Yeah, it's a good evening. So it's almost the because if you look at the chart, I mean the candlestick. Yeah, let's look at it. There, it's actually very solid, and once it break out that level, yeah, I think it will continue to uh, retest that 20,000 area, which is the previous high, all-time high actually. So let's see how it goes today. So this is just a very quick analysis for today. So possibly just the basic or just the top six cryptocurrencies. So now let's move on to, yeah, I'm really expecting 20,000 possibly this week. So let's see, 20,000 to 21,500. Anyway, let me just show you the sheet or the spreadsheet wherein this is the BTC. I think that's the BTC price. Let me just look at it, this one. Oh, I think I forgot to. Let me just hide it. Data and then group. So this it and 18804. I mean 17804. Oh, but this will end tomorrow, or that's the monthly closing. So currently it's 19,131. So this is up by 119 price. So let's see. Anyway, let me just check. -1. So around 38% if ever it will close at that price. So if 20%, let me just check times 1.20, possibly, yeah, possibly it's possible if it continues to trend higher at around more or less 30% versus November price. So possibly 23,000 level. So I think that's it for the BTC. I normally use Renko chart actually. So let's just um, use that one. So 18884. Let me just update this. 18884. So this is 18884. That's the support I'm looking at. 884. 18884. So it will just alarm if ever there is a reversal, if any. Wow. Now let's move on to, let's look at this one. I think it's almost the same. Oh, but this time, early in the morning, it's actually going down, the BTC dominance, but currently it's actually trending higher. So as you can see by the price of BTC, so this is going up already. So which is good and possibly retest the previous resistance of around the 66 area. So which is also a gap that have been filled. Uh, break out to the 66 area could possibly retest this area, which is another or the unfilled gap at the moment, which is at the 74 area. The support I'm currently looking at is is actually the immediate resistance. So this area is the one support I'm currently looking at, the 63 area. So I think that's it for today. So anyway, if you're always tuning in, I think most of my ideas are the same, or my analysis almost the same, except that, of course, there is just an update. Oh, let me just look at this one. So next is Ethereum. Actually, I bought some at 550 and 520 area. So actually, I'm already happy with it. I think the average is almost close to 520, and now more or less it's more than 1000 plus. I think 1000 plus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we can actually use this one. Oh, 502. I mean 520. 520 average, and then it's currently trading at 604. 604. So that's a 16 point. Oh, 16 point. 16.15. Actually, I'm using the cross, so that's times 100. So basically that's the returns. So 1615 more or less at that area. So I think that's it. That's it. That's my personal trades actually. So anyway, so as you can see, it's still within this triangle area or triangle pattern. Once it break this area, oh, I use this. Did I use? Oh, let's use the weekly time frame because the weekly time frame just ended yesterday. I mean, early this morning. Yeah, early this morning because yeah, it's early this morning. So weekly time frame just ended early this morning. So around 8 a.m. in our time zone. So as you can see, it's already break out the long-term resistance area. So from here, I'm expecting a more bullish trend. Like for example, what happened to Bitcoin after it break that triangle, it continues to move higher. So see this area. So I'm expecting the same for Ethereum. So let's see if it continues to trend higher this week and possibly by next month. So my long-term target here is, since it's also a triangle pattern, just measure the height and then put that height after it break out. So which is, I just put it here, and my target is 1800 or close to 2000 area. And then on the shorter time frame, or I mean the support I'm looking at is oh no, this one, the low of this, which is 531. So the low of this is, let me just edit it, 531. That's 131. So that's the support I'm looking at. On the short term, if you're trading swing trades, the immediate resistance, oh, wait. The blue line is at 598. So that's the immediate support I'm looking at, the 598 area, because it's already at 602 at the moment. So we can use this blue dotted line here as a support. Break down to this support, possibly retest this 531 area. And of course, the resistance I'm looking at on a weekly time frame is this area, the 800 area. Actually, I also have a TP area here, the 800, and another one at 700 area. But I have a trailing stop and market stop if ever the market reverses. Because why I use a market stop, because sometimes if I use a limit stop, it does not close my position. So normally I use market stop. So to close my position, but when I open a position, I normally use limit orders. So I think that's it on a weekly time frame. Now let's move on to a shorter time frame. Even for shorter time frame, so as I've mentioned, we can just add the height of this is each Renko is 39.47 in a daily time frame. So since it's forming a possible bullish Renko bar, let's just add the open is 592 plus 39. So 592 plus 90, 592 plus 39. So that's possibly 631. The next Renko bar. So which is higher than this one. Uh, which is 623. It's actually a week, but I think for Ethereum, I'm more bullish actually on it. So anyway, congratulations for those who have long positions and buy or go long during the previous dump. It's actually a go as low as 493 area. So actually my buying area or my entry level is even higher. But anyway, just okay. Just okay. Cause as trader we normally don't get the highs and the lows. Basically, no one knows what's the highs or the lows. That's why we as traders always manage risk. Actually, I have different returns here. Because actually, you can also use this in your decision making. Like for example, if you're trading BTC, so what's the possible return if ever it reach the, oh, where is that? Did I, wait, let me just, oh, did I delete it? Oh, this one. Because at this rate, yeah, you can use this area, or even if it reach that area and possibly stop loss at that area, the possible returns I will be getting if ever it reach this 29,000 is 49.64. So this is also very crucial in your decision making. Yeah, I do trades BTC, but currently I'm buying some alts because the returns is much higher. Like for example, this one. The Ethereum, if ever it reach the all-time high, that's actually a possible 136 versus the Ethereum, which is 49% if ever it hit the our targets of close to 29 to 30,000 area. So there. So always measure the possible returns. But of course, I'm also long-term bullish on BTC, and I'm also holding some BTC in spot wallet. So after that Ethereum, let's move on to the third based on market cap is the XRP. I think this is the one that I use early this morning. We'll just make some updates. So you can check your exchanges if it will also participate in the Spark airdrop. I think most of the exchanges are participating in that. So they are airdropping around 42 billion Spark to XRP holders. So I think the cutoff is December 12. Yeah, let me just update you tomorrow. Yeah, basically that's it. So at least before December 12, you already holding XRP for you to participate in the Spark airdrop. So I think that's actually one of the reasons why I'm also buying some XRP. Aside from that, the returns is actually more rewarding versus ETH and Bitcoin if ever it reach the previous high of around 3.34 using this Renko chart. So anyway, as you can see, this is also a triangle pattern. However, it already break that pattern, so my target here is the 3.75 area. However, it's still actually a bearish weekly Renko bar that could possibly retest this area or the next support, which is at 56 cents. So currently it's at 64. Currently it's at 64. And this blue dotted line here is the 63. So this is the immediate resistance uh, I'm looking at, the 63 cents. So that's the immediate that's the immediate support I'm looking at, but yeah, it's just within this area. So I think let's just use this 56 cents as support, and of course resistance at this area, which is the 77 cents using the weekly time frame. So let me just check on the daily time frame. Actually, on the daily time frame, you can see that it's already forming a possible bullish Renko chart that could possibly retest this area, the 74 cents. Support at 51 cents, this blue dotted line here. So different time frames have different support and resistance. It just a few cents, or a few dollars, but mostly it's still the same, or I mean close to each price. Close, I mean it's close price. So what's my plan on XRP? Actually, I'm planning to hold it maybe long term. Yeah, really, because as you can see, the risk reward, if ever it worst case it will go back to this area, that's just a possible loss of 74.87%. But if it retests the all-time high, that's a possible 548 returns. Because XRP, I want to try the futures, but currently I'm not trading the futures, so I'm holding spot, or I'm trading the spot and holding it. So that's my personal strategy on XRP. But basically, I'll try to also trade the futures of it, because normally I use the maximum leverage of 100, or it depends on the exchange. But if ever it's 100, or let's just say 50 times leverage, so that's 619 times 50 if ever I trade the futures, that's actually a possible 30,950% if ever. So normally I trade perpetuals and time-based futures quarterly or 6 months uh, expiration contract because I want to trade the longer time frame futures. So I think that's it for XRP. Now let's move on to the next. What else? After that, BTC, Ethereum, XRP, and then USDT, and then after that is Link and then LTC. So let's look at this Link. Wow, Link is currently at. So this is just an update. An update. If you're always tuning in, I think mostly you know how I trade personally also. Because I also share some of my trades. So for Link, as I mentioned a while ago, this is the best performing crypto on the top six cryptocurrencies. Wait, where it is? I'm just oh, I think the investment asset there. So with year-to-date return of 655%. So congratulations to those who have or who are holding Link from last year. So it's actually a very spectacular return. So if you're trading futures, that's more than, of course, it's more than 655%. So sometimes position trades, it's much better, especially when the trend is or it will last longer. Because you will capture the bulk of the gains. So for this one, I'm actually looking at possible flag, but it need to break out this at this area. So since it did not break that area yet, the immediate resistance I'm looking at is this area, the 16.25. As you can see, the possible returns or the risk reward ratio, I put it here, the 16.25 as a resistance area. Break out to that level, of course, to possibly this area, which is this $33. So that's additional 100% possible additional gain if ever it break out this 16.25. So the support I'm looking at, since it's trading at 14.16, I can actually use the top of this previous Renko bar, which is 12.5. So the top of this is, the high of this is 1375 or 1370. And then break out to that level could possibly retest this blue dotted line that serve as support, which is 12.5. Actually, I'm also holding some Link, but I think it's just staking at the moment. Oh, I think, wait, let me just check my perpetual trade. Because I think I have it at the moment. So I opened just early this morning. So more or less, I'm still at this area. Or possibly since it's trading higher, possibly I'm at again. So there, I think that's it. And the last one is LTC. Anyway, I just check this out. Hola. Hi. So I'll just check this out. So for LTC, it's actually within the, let me just, still within this area. I mean, within the triangle area. So as I mentioned, we will make a possible targets after it break this long-term resistance area. But currently, it will this trend line resistance will serve as our strong resistance at the moment. So that's the resistance I'm currently looking at. So which is this area, possibly retest at that. So breakout to that level could possibly retest at this 246. I'm very much bullish on. Anyway, the support I'm looking at is the 70.02. That's the immediate support I'm looking at. Anyway, let's look at this weekly because a weekly time frame just ended early this morning. So there, actually almost the same, which is we'll just need to make some adjustment. Oh, let me just delete that. I see. Oh, so this is 138 using the weekly time frame. That's a possible target. So actually, I still have the a I oh so this is my next target 141, but the immediate resistance I'm looking at is the $95. Breakout to that level could possibly break out from the long-term resistance area, which is actually good if ever it breaks this long-term resistance area. So let's see how it goes for a Litecoin. So now let's move on to the daily time frame. So for the daily time frame, almost the same targets. 90 resistance I'm looking at is the 95 area. Break out to this area, possibly retest the 141 area. Support at $70. So I think that's just how simply I trade. But using this divergence indicator is actually going down, but the indicator is already going up. So this is a possible hidden bullish divergence. So let's see how it goes for Litecoin. So I think I already discussed the top six, most of it. Yeah, except of course for USDT. So if you have some comments, questions, and feedback, please feel free to reach me out. So I think that's it, guys. View. Natakot ako. Haha. Market trailing stop. Market trailing stop. So I think that's it, guys, for today. If you have some chart requests, please feel free to type in the live chat, else I will end this stream. Anyway, let me just also uh look at it. Yeah, because the market is trending higher, and yeah, I'm also watching my own personal trades. So there. So anyway, congratulations to those who buy during the dump, just previous or last week. Actually, I also have some from Ethereum, Litecoin, XMR, and I think Link and XTC. So that's my position at the moment. And BTC, I also have, but I bought it at 18. I think I did not add during the dump. Yeah, I did not add during the dump. So I'm pretty at, also most of it are, I think, at a gain. Wow, at a gain. So hopefully you guys also are also gaining. So I think that's just it. I'm just I think my trades are just very simple. Yeah, in my opinion. But I also do averaging. So most of my trades are swing and position trades. So there, and I have the different accounts for different types of trades. I have different accounts for scalp, different account for swing, and different account for position trades. And I also have different account when I trade the spot market. So, oh, gold still trending lower. So, but I hope it holds at this area. Else, yeah, it's a pretty bad for gold, if ever. So let's see if ever it holds at this area. Because if you look at it, this is a very strong previous resistance now becomes the support. Break down to this level. Yeah, welcome back to possibly this area, which is the 1700 area. But anyway, let's just wait for a next Renko bar coupling with BTC. Because as I mentioned, gold and BTC as Bitcoin is started to decouple with gold. So let's see how it goes. So I think that's it, guys. It's, I think, more than 1 hour already. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. See you again tomorrow. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. See you again tomorrow, same time, 9:30 p.m. Philippine time. So I think that's it. So if you have some other questions, just feel free to reach me out here on TradingView in my social media channels or groups. So happy trading, everyone. And yeah, disclaimer, trading and investing have risks. So please do your own research and analysis and trade cautiously. Thanks, guys. Enjoy trading.